Hello everybody, today I'm going to be giving you tips on how to get high amounts of event points pure every single run. This is for the casuals and also busy people who do not have enough time to clear the track, because the track is going to be very lengthy this time, where it will require you to do 1 million if you want to finish it, and the rainbow crystal shard is at 920,000. So the best way to get event points is going to be basically getting high rating on your Uma. High rating is the main factor where you get the most amounts of event points, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But I'm going to be going through a playthrough of what I do, because I did a run earlier today and I got myself over 60,000 event points, which of course sounds like a very high amount. But I'm going to be showing you my deck, and I'm going to be showing you what Uma that you should use, and yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want like a basic TLDR, simply pick a good growth rate Uma. You also want to have a high rating, so you want a mix of speed and stamina, speed and wit, sorry. And that's pretty much it. Just get a high scoring and turn on double TP if you're a busy person, and yeah, that's it, call it a day. But this is going to be a playthrough for those who do not know how to actually get very high score with Umas. Over here with Ogre Cap, I have managed to get about 14 to 14 and a half thousand scoring with Ogre, and it's very nice. So what you want to do is you want first off to see an Uma if she has good growth rates. Ideally you want it to be both on speed and wit, but speed power is fine. You could also go with you want to go either 10% speed and 20% power, or reverse. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Sakura Bakshin is also like a very good example because she has speed and wit, but I'm going to use Ogre Cap instead, since Ogre's career is so free, like to the point that I beat Armina Keenan was like 250 stamina, and I'm going to do it on this run too, just sitting here as a late soldier. So as for the sparks is going to be simple. You want to go all in on power, since you have already a good amount of wit and speed. You ideally want to raise power, because you will get power when you speed train, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So when you want to go for sparks, go for the highest amount of power sparks that you can. I'm going to borrow Gasron because honestly I don't have like a 9-star power on my side. As you can see, this vodka is the only 3-star that I have on this account. I mean, I do have others, but this one is the only decent one. And of course I'm going to borrow a 9-star power. Why? Because Champion's Beating already is done pretty much, and I said, hey, we have 2 extra borrows, so I'm going to give you like a demonstration run. So as for the deck, here is what I would recommend to you. Probably a mix of 2 speed, 3 wit cards, and 1 power. Or if you do not really care about power, you could just go 2 speed and 4 wit. But I'm going to go with 2 speed, 3 wit, and 1 power card. So as for the borrow, I'm going to probably borrow the Xeno SSR card, since I don't have Xeno at the high limit breaks. And with the recent change, if we click on start a career over here, this is going to be something new. This is not even mentioned when I looked through resources. Apparently this turns out to be like way later on, and they decided, hey, let's just give it to global. So yeah, that's very cool of them. But what it is that if you own the Uma or the support card, it will automatically pick the highest amount of efficiency event points that you can get from them. Since I have 1 limit break on the SSR Mihono Wit card, I will get 23% extra. And since I have max limit break of the R version of Tamano Cross, I will get 12%. I have 2 LB on Super Creek, and also 2 LB on Rice Shower. So yeah, that's like a very substantial increase. But I'm going to borrow Xenorobroy because I don't really have her at all. So it will give me an extra 45%, overing 112%. And on this run, I'm going to enable event boost just so that you can clearly see how much that you will get. However, I'm going to unfortunately need to spend some toughness potions. So if you found this video to be helpful, consider subscribing, and it will help with the channel growth, since a lot of people in my channel are unfortunately not subscribed, and it will be much appreciated. So let's start off the career. So overall, I'm going to probably cut off some parts of the career itself, but in general, what you want to do is to focus on speed and wit training, because of course when you wit train, you would not need to like rest a lot. And also the thing can be said was, like, if you balance between speed and wit training, you'll also gain decent amount of stamina. So on the first 2 turns, because really Unity Cup doesn't really start until 2 turns after the career starts. Hello game. I'm sorry, the game is probably freezing out a bit. For the first 2 turns, what I do usually is check through the trainings. If the training is decent enough, like this case is like somewhat fine, I would train. So yeah, I'm going to click speed over here. But probably the global has been a bit of weird mess lately when it comes to the PC version, because for some reason I lag for the first time I do something and then like it goes fine. This turn is also decent because you're training speed and you're increasing your cards like friendship gauge. I picked it like Makiane Fukitaru and also Dio Scarlet because both together do show up decent amount in the wit training. I also just decided to go like a full SR deck, because I know a lot of people also do not have like MLB SSRs. I only use the Kirasan Black because that's my only SR card that is max limit break. Most of my other cards are either 1 or 2 limit break for the most part in terms of SSR. So I was like, hey, let me just use SR so that like pretty much everybody who has played for like a decent bet, you probably have them maxed out or close to maxing out. So you could just use the deck that I have, unless you do not have Kitasan Black at max limit break or level 45. If that is the case, then you probably should just borrow Kitasan Black instead. But for me, I just have the luxury to just go with Xenorobroy instead. So yeah, pretty much the first 2 turns, as you can see, I trained its speed 2 times because it was in a good placing. But yeah, ideally you just want to go with the classical like Unity Cup, where you want to prioritize your spirit trainings from your cards specifically, and also your friendship gauge. So this turn over here is like a very good turn too, so I'm gonna click on it too. But I don't want to make it a very lengthy process, so I'll probably just cut off a decent bit of this scenario, or just speed up the video, sorry. And just, yeah, you could like see how I'm like processing stuff, and if I have something else to say, then I will probably like cut it off, then open like a new segment, and also like talk about what I will do and go back. So yeah, I hope you find this playthrough to be helpful, as a good basis. Okay, so yeah, I got a fast learner event, but no fast learner. It would have been really funny if I did actually get fast learner from this. It wasn't meant to be a fast learner run, but yeah, I will talk about skills later after I finish the career. Okay, so I know that I need to get like fans over here, but I'm going to greed a bit because I feel comfortable with Ogre that she will win next turn. I wouldn't recommend this if you are a new player. You should just probably raise this turn so that if in case you fail, you will have next turn, but I'm going to greed it for the score. Okay, so for the first like round of Unity Cup, ideally you want to pick the top team, but if you can't, you could always go for the bottom team. This is 3 double circles. I know that I generally say that double circles is decent enough, but I'm going to assume that you did not get the like double circles in here, so I'm going to go with the middle team instead. It's still going to be good enough that you get high score with the like your Uma. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You could go with the top team if you want to be risky with the triple double circles, but I'm just going to like I don't know, like intentionally hold back a bit so that like it doesn't seem like out of the ordinary or like an insane amount of oh, you have to jump for multiple hoops so that you can get like a really good score. No, it's not really that much. So yeah, ideally for the most part, for the first race, pick the top or middle team. If you pick the middle team, then you pretty much like can go top team in every single race afterwards. Since your placement is going to be slightly lower, you could just run like top every single turn. Okay, for this turn, I know that like popping a Spirit Explosion on power was a good way, but in the same time, my speed is kind of falling behind in this run compared to usual, so I'm going to focus harder on speed compared to power. But yeah, this is the general premise. As for the events itself, you pretty much want to pick like the ones that give you either wit or power. You don't really need to go all in on speed for the most part, but since this is plus 20 wet, I'm going to pick plus 20 wet, so yeah. Okay, now I did reach to the point where I need to talk about this, and that is going to be like the wit training. So for the wit training, this is an example of a really good wit click, because you're getting like two like wit of your 3 cards immediately on wit. You probably want to click wit because you will get a lot of wit, and you also like recover a decent chunk of your stem energy, I mean. If this was Zenobro and also Kita-san Black, then I would probably go speed here. But since I have 20% speed growth, I know for a fact that even if my speed is currently lacking, I could just still greet a little bit more wet. So on like the inspirations, consider it has like a big power spike, since you will trigger multiple power sparks. As you can see, I got about like 80 power, and yeah, that's like are my current stats, and my current stats are actually like decent, but it could be slightly better. Like speed could have been way more. Ideally, you want to get like 400-ish before you get to summer, and once you exit summer you have like about 500. I am kind of holding behind in terms of speed, but it's still like fine to still go with some wet. This is like whatever turn for wet though, but so I'm going to go on speed. Even though there is a spirit explosion in here, it's not worth it if your speed is low, because speed you want it to cap by the end, because if you do not know, like it's more beneficial to have max speed than having like, I don't know, like 700 in power and wet, I think, combined. But because like it's exponential, the higher that you are closer to cap, the better. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you, this run is kinda cooked, cause unfortunately it seems like as you saw earlier, I had like 3 or 4 spirit explosions ready to go, but the other do not want to go to like a really good training, or they just don't want to pop at all, which kinda sucks. But yeah, I have to go middle again. It's fine, like don't get me wrong, it's just gonna make Team Zenith a little bit harder. Okay, about summer, The thing is that you want to have good stamina going into it. I mean, good energy. But the thing is that I'm low-key cooked in terms of energy, so I'm gonna have to rest because this turn also isn't really that great anyways. But yeah, you ideally want to shift between speed and stamina on this turn, or like I mean on summer in general, because overall, like as you can see, the growth is very good. I'm going to this is like a rough turn because ideally I want to pick speed because of the power, or I could like save it from energy and go wet, but I'm going to actually go with power here because again, you want to have like 600 or like 700-ish range before you enter the third year. And yeah, that's like pretty much in terms of speed growth, you want it to be at that point. This, however, as you can see, we don't have speed in here, so we can click wet for free. So as you can see, my stats are actually really good in terms of raw stats, but my team for Unity Cup is cooked, because I have like 5 spirit explosions already, like wanted to pop, but none want to show up. Yeah, like here's another example. They just why stamina and speed. I mean, power is not really that great of terms of current growth. But so yeah, this is another wet clicking angle. So we exit summer with about 500 to speed, stamina, and also wet. More importantly, it's very interesting how my wet is usually higher than most higher score runs. But yeah, I know this video is not something that you expect, but in general, it's basically a high score with also like the event cards back then, but now you could just like if you you will get like maximum amount of score and you don't need to really do anything. I'm going like as you can clearly see, every single time I see power in terms of event option, I just pick it because it's generally just much better. And again, now I have about like 6 spirit explosions wanting to pop, but they just do not want to pop in the correct training, which is kind of annoying. So at this point, I'm gonna just pop it on, or what is it called? The power training instead. Because at this point, it's just like, I'm not going to click on, I don't want to click on, what is it called? Medium again for 3 times in a row, because that will pretty much just like glue the entire run. But yeah, that's like pretty much it in terms of what I do. I don't think I really need to say anything else. The third year is pretty much the exact same as the first year, I mean second year, of terms of like what you do. So it doesn't really gonna change much. And yes, as you can clearly see, all of them are like wet. While wet is fine itself, the number itself is not really that great. Ideally you want it to be on speed or multiple of them proccing on power for it to be like extremely good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think I have anything else to say until the end of the run. That's going to be it. So yeah, if you like, I hope that I get like good score at the end, so that like, oh, so I got like a general idea of what I want to do for a run. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So you're probably going to see a fast-paced like footage from now on. Never mind, it seems like I got groundwork. So yeah, that's funny. Yeah, if you are living under a rock, now you can get groundwork off of that event. And it's kind of crazy how they just said, oh, let's just give you groundwork on runs that probably could have gotten like, some runs might have needed that help. So yeah. So one last thing that I want to mention is that, as you can clearly see, I haven't clicked it on stamina at all. And Armin Akinen is going to be in the turn after this one, which could alarm some people because Armanakinen is a 2,500 meter course, but in the career, I don't think you really need it, especially with Ogre. And I'm going to prove it by not clicking on stamina at all. I'm not going to buy a stamina recovery, and I'm going to go in Armanakinen with B attribute, not A attribute, B attribute, and just still win. Why? Because Ogre's career is just very free. Like here, I'm going to click on here, and it's going to be an easy fucking first. As you can clearly see, I won the Armanakinen with 3.5 distance. And yet, Ogre is just one of the most free Umas to do a career with, because she has very good growth rates. The career might as well not exist. Like, these objectives are a joke. And yeah, that's I think that is the last time I should say that's pretty much it. I hope like I still have like very bad amount of spirit explosions, but I can pick top option like this time and the time after, which probably will rank me on 8th. You can still beat Team Zenith. You don't really need to beat Team Zenith, but like it's advised to do so, because you still get like a decent amount of stats after beating Team Venus, that being like about 10 of each stat, and also some stats at the end. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say, so yeah. Okay, man, whatever. Like, sometimes this happens, but does it suck? Yeah, but is it the end of the world? Not really. Whatever, man. Okay, since this is the last turn, I think I barely kept speed because I get about 12, so that's going to be 28. Wait, hold on, do I even cap speed here? I think this run was really bad anyways. It doesn't really matter at this point. This run was probably one of the worst runs that I could probably record. But yeah, I guess I could show what a scuffed run could look like. As you can see that I reached at least 1,000 in both, like, all three stats, and I tried my best to cap the speed. Like, as you can see, the run itself wasn't really that great, for me at least. Because on average, I should be already capping speed before I get to the finale. Before I finish the finale. Or after finishing it. But this run, I don't really think I capping speed unless I'm missing something. Oh, I did cap speed. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm dumb. Anyways, just ignore the last 40 seconds. The stats. Stats are really good. So, the next major point, the skills. But as you can see, this are my stats, but the skills. So, what skills do I buy for the highest amount of skill, rating? Never ever go for the inheritance or the greens. The greens, you should only buy the greens if you are like, hey, I have nothing else to buy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So, the more expensive the skill is, the more rating that I will give. This, Corner Edit and Straightaway Adapt, this two are very good example. Since these two cost 180 on base level, you will get much more off of them compared to most skills. However, since unfortunately I did not get a high amount of hints on them, I'm going to skip them for now, and I'm going to check something. So this, for example, all I have got is, this is a very good because it's a max hint, and it's not a green skill, so I can pick that. Uh, Recovery skills do actually give you slightly more, but again, I'm going to check through. Groundwork is actually, funnily enough, the 100 base cost skills are insane. Because for some whatever reason, they almost give you the exact same as Corner Adapt, which doesn't make any sense. So I'm getting Groundwork for rating. 777's very very cheap, and it's at max, so I'm getting it. Late Surgery Corners is very good on the first level. The second level doesn't really add, I think it only adds like 70 rating, which is very very bad, because on average these skills like give you like, I think about like 200 and like 19 or 250. Same could be said with front runner straightways. Even though I'm not a front runner, I'm going to pick it. And yeah, just pick the cheapest stuff like productive plan. Stamina to spare is also like very decently cheap. As for the gold skills, unfortunately this run was very bad. I'm going to get both of these. In terms of golds, if a gold is very cheap, it's going to give you more overall. Because if this was like a level 5 hint on Corner Adapt and also level 3 hint of Professor of Curvature, I probably could have gotten like a lot of score off of that. But unfortunately that is not the case. Again, this one is very very scuffed, unfortunately. So I'm going to pick the recovery skills. Gourmand is very expensive, so I'm not going for Gourmand. B-Cell is decent. Tactical Tweak. I might go with Hydrate. And I don't think I can buy like anything else that is like high value. So what I will end up doing is just buy like, I don't know, Thunderbolt Step. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. This unfortunately is not going to be an S, I think, for the most part. But it's going to be at A plus at least, allowed like 14,000 score, I hope. But yeah, overall, let's see how much event points that we are going to get. I expect about 57,000 ish. Oh, it's like 300 points off. It's fine. Yeah. If we go here, 57,000 is my estimate of like, I don't know. Oh. Yeah, that's the thumbnail right here. 65,000. So in this run, we got 65,000 event points. That is crazy. If you are a complete casual or somebody who is busy, 2 runs of this and boom, 130,000. And GG's, you finished the story event completely for like easily. And yeah, as you can see, the rating is the most important thing. This is you should cut this in half, because this is doubled by twice because of the, like, I clicked on the double TP option, and if this was like a normal run, this would be like 37,000 ish event points. So yeah, as you can see, Wens does not give you that much. I've seen in the last video somebody say that fans do matter, but I thought they were until I tested it myself, and turns out no. And F rates does not really matter that much. That's 600 over here, F base, and that's like 530 base, and the rest goes to rating. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the last time, hopefully. And if you found this video to be helpful, consider subscribing. I'm close to 2,000, and that will be much appreciated. And I hope to see you in the next one.